Shalom Akim. Kohaloyim La Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahweh that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Alright, so today we're going to be getting into some current news. Some big stuff is about to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Some moves is being made. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is placing his pieces on the chessboard, man. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's start off with this article. These articles are going to be from the Daily Mail. And this one says, Minneapolis delivers on its George Floyd promise to defund the police and wipes $8 million from the force's budget. Shootings double, and carjackings are up 331% on the year as it's revealed. 160 disgusted cops have now quit or taken leave. Wow. 160 cops. It says Minneapolis City Council unanimously approves $8 million budget cut for the police. Instead, funds will be directed to violence prevention and mental health services. Calls to defund police was sparked earlier this year after George Floyd's death. Since he died in police custody, violent crime rates across the city have soared. Let's start this off with Genesis. Let's go to Genesis chapter 49. Genesis 49 verse 8. It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Who's talking here? This is Jacob. This is Jacob talking to his 12 sons, and in particular, what I just read was his son Judah that he was talking to. And this is signaling what would happen in the last days, right? As it is spoken of in the first verse, it says, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. And we're in the last days right now. Judah's being roused up. Judah's being roused up, man. We're seeing what's going on. Let's look at some of these pictures. Let's look at some of these pictures, man. Violent crimes are increasing. Look, man. Property crimes. It's about to get real out here, man. It's about to get real out here. It's about to get real. Esau's about to come down heavy. Esau's about to come down real heavy, man. This is all strategic. This is all strategic. You see what I'm saying? The spirit and power of the Most High on the left-hand side, he's getting these Edomites to make their move. He's getting these Edomites to make their move. You know what I'm saying? We've got this one series, I think it was called Cracker. You know what I'm saying? Where it shows the scenario of these so-called white people being in the position that we were in during slavery. And that we will be in the position of what these so-called white people were in. They know the truth. They know the truth. They know the truth. They know what's they know what's coming. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. But the Most High is using them to rile Jake up. In particular, Judah. Look at that. You see this? You see this? Oh yeah, it's gonna get real, man. It's gonna get real. Them guns ain't just for show. They about to start firing bullets. They about to start firing bullets. Says Mayor Jacob Frey, who had threatened to veto the entire budget if the council went ahead with a plan to cap police staffing, said the vote was a defining moment for the city, which was the first to be hit by anti-police protests following the death of George Floyd. Now, this is something that went viral throughout the entire world. People around the world are talking about George Floyd and all that stuff. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And we know Judah scattered throughout the entire world, man. But who can rouse Judah up? Who can rouse him up? You know what I'm saying? And that leads to the next article. All right. That leads me to this article right here. It says Portland police chief tells the protesters to put down their weapons as armed activists set up autonomous zones protected by booby traps to protest eviction of black family as violent crime spikes in the neighborhood. Y'all Jakes don't understand, man. Y'all being used. Y'all are being used. You see what I'm saying? All this violence and all these because normally you know how Jake is, man. Jake just want to stay at the crib, chill, do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit's been going on forever. You know what I'm saying? You've had one dude after the next dude get capped by these police. You know what I'm saying? But what does Jake want to do? Jake just wants to chill. You know what I'm saying? Eat some food or drink a beer or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Play video games. Don't want to do nothing. But these Edomites are trying to rouse Jake up. That's why this is happening. It says Portland police chief tells protesters to put down their weapons. So who's this talking about? This is more often than not, this is talking about Antifa, right? So let's get into the article. It says the Kinney family have owned the Red House since the 1950s, but took out a new mortgage to pay defense lawyers for their son William III in 2002. The house went into foreclosure and was sold to a developer in 2018. And the family say they were evicted at gunpoint 3 months ago. A group of activists have camped at the home ever since to express their outrage against gentrification and the eviction of the black and indigenous family. The outrage came to a head Tuesday when the property owner complained people were trespassing and officers showed up and made several arrests. Police said Wednesday occupiers had been stockpiling weapons and making threats to community members, the media, and police in the zone. Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle issued a plea to demonstrators Wednesday to put down your weapons and warned officers will use force if necessary. The same day, people were seen setting up more barricades, including spike strips made of boards and nails, and armed guards were stationed in the area. This is about to get bloody. This is about to get bad out here, man. It's about to get bad out here. Let's get this precept. You know where we going? We're going straight to Esdras. Let's go straight to the second Esdras, man. Oh yeah. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." This is what's happening, man. It says demonstrators have barricaded themselves in the property, dubbed the Red House on the Mississippi, and have set up booby traps, laid down homemade spike strips to puncture the tires of vehicles, and are stockpiling weapons as they prepare to defend the home. That's crazy. That's crazy. They turned that house into a war zone, baby. This is Portland. Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle issued a plea to demonstrators Wednesday to put down your weapons. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The same day, people were setting up barricades, including spike strips made of boards and nails, and armed guards were stationed at the intersections, keeping watch, reported Oregon Live, in efforts to prevent the removal of the Kinney family. By Wednesday night, blockades stretched at least 2.5 blocks from North Skidmore to Blandina streets along North Mississippi and Albina Avenue, as occupiers cordoned off parts of the road, pitched up tents, and huddled round a small fire as night fell. The Kinney family have owned the Red House since the 1950s, but took out a new mortgage to pay defense lawyers for their son, William III, when he was sent to prison for a car incident in 2002, according to the Red House on the Mississippi group. You see what I'm saying? This is getting real, man. It says, with the family owing $97,000, the house went into foreclosure and was sold to a developer at a 2018 auction, and the family was evicted at gunpoint 3 months ago, the group said. A group of activists have camped at the home ever since to express their outrage against gentrification and the eviction of Black and Indigenous family. The outrage came to a head Tuesday when the... All right. We don't need to read anymore. Okay. Boy. This is exciting, man. This is some good thing to see. This is some good news. This is some good news. Because this is proving that prophecy is taking place. It's playing out. It's playing out right before our eyes. We're seeing it. And it's exciting. It's exciting because we know that the time is coming. We know that we're about to be up out of here, man. These are the birth pains that the scripture's been talking about. This is Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." That leads to the next article. Let's get this. Here we got Putin practices for nuclear war. Putin practices for nuclear war. Russia launches missiles from submarines, underground silos, and aircraft in a major strategic drill. A major strategic drill. Let me read that again. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. "That ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places," man. This is it. This is it. We're looking at wars domestically, and we're looking at wars internationally. You see what I'm saying? kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? When you get into that word nation, it's talking about ethnicity. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's get that. Right, ethnicity. Ethnos. Ethnos. I believe that is. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. Let's get into this word. Matthew 24:6. All right, let's get the Strongs. 24:6. Verse 7 says, "For nation shall rise against nation." So let's look this up. Nation. Nation is Greek. Greek 1484 ethnos. It means a race, a nation. You see what I'm saying? The nations as distinct from Israel. A race. You see what I'm saying? This is what it's talked about. We're going to have race wars. It says a nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So when you see Russia start acting up, that means kingdom is going to rise against kingdom real soon. All right, so let's go back to the article. All right. So it says Russia's full nuclear triad demonstrated in footage showed by Russian military. The strategic drill was reportedly under President Putin's command. Exercises included a missile fired from a nuclear submarine in the Barents Sea. Several long-range cruise missiles were fired from strategic aircraft bombers. Drills come amid heightened tensions with the West due to Russian aggression. Kingdom shall rise against kingdom. Russia launched missiles from submarines, underground silos, and aircraft in a major strategic drill under Vladimir Putin's command, demonstrating his full nuclear triad. Let's see. Let's see this video. Damn. Wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Call hello, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Let's get into this, man. Let's go to Revelations. This is exciting times, man. It's time to get excited. It's time to get excited, man. If you're ready to get the hell up out of here, man. If you're an Israelite and you're ready to get the hell up out of here and go home, you know what I'm saying? Now's the time to get excited, because the prophecies are happening. The prophecies are happening. This is Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." The third woe is about to be here. World War III. This is the third woe. It's about to show us big old ugly head, man. But that's how the Most High is going to cleanse this place. By use of nuclear fire. By use of nuclear fire, man. Let's get a preset. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah. Isaiah 54, verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. The Most High set all this stuff up, man. The Most High is setting all this up. It's about to be devastation on all fronts. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with all this stuff going down in the home front over in America. And we seeing what's about to take place abroad. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. See what I'm saying? The Most High is about to lay this place out. He's about to lay this place out real soon, man. Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahawah will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth. What's happening here? What's it describing? It's describing nuclear reaction. It's describing what happens after fallout. You know what I'm saying? Once that blast hits you, your eyes is gonna melt, your tongue's gonna melt. You know what I'm saying? Your skin is gonna melt off your body. You remember that one scene from Terminator 2? Sarah Connor, she was just melting away while she was at the fence. See what I'm saying? This thing's about to get busy. So let's see who Russia's been practicing with. Here we go. Russia to take part in Navy drills alongside NATO. NATO for the first time in 10 years. NATO. The beast, man. NATO. Let's get that. Let's get that. I believe it's Revelation 17. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see. NATO is a part of that beast, man. And who's been using NATO? America. America. We know that America is that great whore of Babylon. We know that. We know that. If you've been paying attention, you know that America is that great whore. And that great whore has been sitting on this beast. Let's get this. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right? With whom the kings of the earth, the presidents and the prime ministers, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, meaning what am I saying? What am I trying to say? Her democracy. Right? Her democracy. Her philosophies. You know what I'm saying? Women's liberalism, women's liberation, all this stuff. The whole world has been drunken with that wine, man. Fiat currencies. You know what I'm saying? Not backed by substance. National debt. These things, man. All these different fornications. Right? It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. You know what I'm saying? What does that talk about? It's talking about Lady Babylon. It's talking about Mystery Babylon, man. Let's go to let's get a quick precept before I continue on with that. Let's see if I can't find this one. Was it Jeremiah? It was Jeremiah. Bear with me. Here we go. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahawah's hand, that made all the earth drunken. You see what I'm saying? Did we get into that? Didn't we get into that? America has made the entire world drunken with all kinds of fornication. You know what I'm saying? With all this democracy and all these different philosophies. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese don't wear hakamas anymore. They wear suits and ties. You see what I'm saying? They don't wear daishikis or whatever. Not daishikis, but you know, the garments in India. The garments in India, for example. They don't wear their traditional clothes like that. They wear suit and ties. They're women. They go ahead and they let loose. Over in the Middle East, they go ahead and they can let loose now. They can let loose now. That's why all these Arabs is hating America, man, because they women is out of order. The same way the women are out of order here in the States. Ain't no different. Ain't no different. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahawah's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Therefore the nations are mad. And these nations is hating the whore, man. These nations are hating her. They hating her badly. Quick precept. Revelations chapter 11, verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry. Who are they angry at? They're angry at this whore. So let's continue. This is Revelation 17. Let me continue on with verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That's America the Great. That's America the Great. Right? Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. With the blood of the saints. I just showed you the first article. What sparked all this stuff? What sparked all these protests and all this madness? What? It was the blood of the blood of the saints spilled in the streets. The blood of the saints spilled in the streets. It's the blood of the saints. It's the Israelites. The Israelites are the saints. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahawashi. You see what I'm saying? And the men that stand firmly, and the women who stand firmly for the sake of the gospel, and are martyred out here and are killed out here. Yeah, these are the same people that John the Revelator is seeing. And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahawashi, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. With great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. You see what I'm saying? This whole beast is the system, and that system is riding off NATO. And that system is riding off NATO. One of its major teeth that is used to bite all these other nations in submission. Let's see. Salakia. Let me get some real quick. Alright, continuing on. It says, let me see, let me continue down. Verse 12, it says, And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. You see what I'm saying? These are nations that came together to give the power to this beast. Verse 14, And these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Yahawah, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So that's talking about Yahawashi coming back. Let's talk about Yahawashi coming back along with his chosen, the 144,000 and the 1/3. Those are those that came to him, that are called, that are chosen, and are faithful. Verse 15, And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples, and the multitudes, and the nations, and tongues. Right? Because we know that America has pull of all these nations. That's why America has veto power over in the United Nations. You see what I'm saying? Verse 16. This is the point. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Who is NATO practicing with right now? Russia. Russia to take part in Navy drills alongside NATO for the first time in 10 years. The Russian Navy said on Thursday it would take part in drills involving more than 30 countries off the coast of Pakistan, the first time in a decade that its vessels have taken part in exercises alongside NATO ships. They're preparing for this. America's allies are about to turn on her. Let's get that in the book of Obadiah. You see what I'm saying? This is why they don't teach all this. They don't teach none of this stuff in church. They don't teach none of this stuff in your churches, man. Because if you knew that, then you would know what to look for. If you knew these prophecies, they do not teach these prophecies in churches. In your good old Christian churches. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you that. They got a 501c3 to keep up with. They got to uphold that money. Right? This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. America's allies are going to turn on her. And it's going to be magnificent. It's going to be magnificent, man. It says Russia plans... Oh, let me continue up. It says the Amman 2021 anti-piracy drills are set to be held in waters near Karachi in February 2021, and will involve British, U.S., Turkish, Chinese, Japanese, and other forces, the Russian Defense Ministry said in a statement. Russia plans to send a frigate, a patrol ship, a tugboat, a sea-based helicopter, and some other units, it said on its website. Look at all these nations. Look at all these nations that's going to turn on America. Russia and NATO Navy vessels last took part in drills together at the NATO-led Bold Monarch exercises in 2021 off the coast of Spain. It was quoted by the TASS news agency as saying, all right, it's enough of that. All right, so this is news in Babylon, man. This is news in Babylon. You're getting a glimpse of what's going to happen. You're getting a glimpse of what's going to happen, man. It says, they that were at peace with thee, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. And they're about to deceive America. All right, 2021's got a lot coming. A lot coming. It's going to be devastating. Devastating. You thought 2020 was bad. 2021 is going to be, it's going to be rocking. It's going to be rocking from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, call hello, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.